You're listening to the Real Elevation podcast. I'm your host, Mike Hendricks, and here we discuss topics on personal fitness, well-being, and elevation of mind and body. Join us as we help build and grow a community of real, elevated men and women. If you're currently feeling frustrated, flat, and fed up with life, or want to be a physically and mentally elevated individual, you're invited to join us each and every week here on the Real Elevation podcast. Welcome to the RE family and get ready to elevate your mind and body.
Welcome to the Real Elevation podcast. I'm your host Mike Hendricks, and today we have another outstanding, informative and elevating show for you. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome all first-time listeners to the podcast, and be sure to stay to the end where I'll be sharing all my social media links where you can connect with me as we continue to grow the Real Elevation podcast community. Blessings to you, greetings to you, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for tuning in. Once again, we have another super show for you. Now, let me ask you this question. Have you ever felt like you are spinning your wheels? One week, you feel that you're dialed in, you're really focused on your objectives, professional and personal fitness-wise. The next, you find yourself back to old habits. Well, this episode is especially for you. Now, let's be honest. The truth is that reaching your health and fitness goals can be difficult, but it doesn't have to be a struggle. It's about refocusing on what truly moves the needle. Now, we are here. January's over, now in the month of February, and for a lot of people, I dare say that they will have fallen off the proverbial wagon when it comes to those New Year's resolutions. Now, are you one of those, or are you someone that you're going to refocus and get moving towards your goals? Because let's face it, health and fitness goals often can take a back seat because life is just doing life, and we tend to focus on other things when it comes to our fitness and well-being goals. It can be family, it could be the endless to-do list, it could be our professional focuses. But the truth is, when we're focusing on our fitness and well-being goals, it doesn't have to be about perfection. It's about direction. Are we moving in the direction of our goals? It's also about following some set principles that you can use as your guide. And in today's episode, we're going to be discussing exactly that. We're breaking down my 4 science-backed real principles. You may have heard me speak about these before. That's going to help you focus. We're talking about responsibility, eating right, activity, and love. You've heard me say it before. Applying these 4 principles will help you power towards your goals with ease. And this is the roadmap that we use with my VIP clients on the Real Rejuvenation program. And by the way, if you want to know how you can reclaim your health and live a rejuvenated, longer life in the next 90 days, please feel free to apply. I'll leave a link in the show notes for you. So today we're talking about Refocus to Reenergize. 4 principles to power towards your health goals with ease. Refocus to Reenergize. 4 principles to power towards your health goals with ease. So before we dive in, I think it's important to really understand the power behind focus. And I'm going to do this by sharing just a few studies that have been completed. One of them was done by the American Journal of Lifestyle Medicine. And it followed 2 groups of men over the age of 40 trying to lose weight and build strength. One group was given a strict meal and workout plan, but no real behavioral change coaching. And you know I'm big on behavioral change coaching. But the second group was taught to focus, and those taught focus techniques and taught about the importance of goal setting, daily reflection, and also accountability and tracking. Now you may be thinking, well, what was the result between the 2 groups? The second group saw twice the success rate in terms of fat loss and muscle retention. Why? Well, it's simply because they weren't just looking at doing the work, They were actually focused on doing the work. Yep. So it's a key thing to take away here. Not just doing the work, but focus on actually getting the work done. There was another study done by Harvard Medical School that found that when people actively reflect on what they say they want to change, their success rate in sticking to healthy habits jumps up by 67%. So you can see focusing on it, not just doing it, focusing on it in a relaxed, calm, controlled way, and obviously tracking your success significantly boosts and enhances your chances of reaching your goal. So let's jump into these 4 principles that's going to help you to refocus, to re-energize, and these 4 principles that's going to help you to power towards your goals. Number 1, responsibility. You've heard me say it before, it's down to you. No one, and I mean no one, is coming to save you. Now, don't say that to disempower you or to discourage you. It's actually an empowering and freeing statement when you think about taking your own personal responsibility when it comes to your fitness and your health. Taking ownership of your health. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop making excuses. It ultimately comes down to you taking action now. There's no perfect time. If you find yourself in a situation right now or currently where you're not happy with your current levels of fitness, current levels of energy, you're not happy with the way you look and feel, ultimately it comes down to you. Now, yes, getting help can be a game changer. Working with a coach, trainer, a mentor, even reading some books, watching some videos, something that's going to get you on the right track. But the beginning point starts with you taking ownership and taking personal responsibility. You want to see an improvement, you want to see an enhancement, you want to see an upgrade and upskill in your fitness and your well-being, and ultimately that's going to ripple out into every area of your life. So it comes down to you. You have to start believing in yourself, and this is why I'm sharing this with you as a reminder. You have what it takes to see that improvement that you truly desire and truly deserve. Now, here are some little insights and tips that you can apply that's going to help you take back ownership, take responsibility. So get clear. You've heard me talk about this before, getting clarity on your goals. Write down your goals and review them. Review them as often as you can. It may be every morning, it could be twice a day, but don't just let them drift. Have those reminders at hand so you can remind yourself and review your goals. Number 2, set weekly targets. You know, whether it's just saying to yourself, right then, I'm not exercising at the moment, so for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to look to do 2 exercise sessions a week. Once I've completed 2, I'm going to build it up to 3. Whatever it is for you. Could be walking a goal of 5,000 steps and then build it up to 6. Set yourself some weekly challenges and weekly targets and keep you focused. And find some form of accountability system. We have access to a plethora of different apps. Now, that works for some people, doesn't work for others. Could be working with a coach, as I've said before, working with a mentor. Could be going to a class or working with a group of people, something that keeps you on track and keeps you working towards that goal. Could be going to the gym with a friend or a family member, or even just saying to yourself, right, I'm going to track in a journal what I have done to keep me focused on my goal. So taking that accountability into effect, into account, that's going to help you to keep on track, along with setting weekly goals and also writing your goals down. So that's responsibility. Secondly, number 2, eat right for your type. Yep. So think about fuel and food that you eat as an information system, as an energy source. Yeah. Don't just think about food as just feeding your body. You have to think of it as a fuel. If you use the analogy of your car, high performance cars use high performance fuel. If you were just to run on regular fuel, they probably wouldn't work as good. And you have to see your body as the same. What you eat directly affects your energy and performance and how you feel. Yep. So eating the right food, fueling your body in the right way that is correct for you, is going to mean that your body's going to perform and you don't have to suffer. You don't have to feel low on energy, you don't have to feel lethargic, tired, or hungry all the time, or feel like you're craving food. Once you understand your body better, and it's a process, it's not going to be something that happens overnight, it happens over time, and things can change. So think about eating right, yeah? Think about fueling your body, giving it the right information so it can perform at its best. Now, here again, some little insights that you can look to apply to help you make sure you're eating right. So understand your body. We can do this through a series of questionnaires. Again, when I'm working with my clients, it's one thing that we do to find out what their food type is. Is it someone who's better appropriate meal type is more carbohydrates? Is it someone who is a mixed type, a blend of carbs, good fats and proteins? Or if someone who's a protein type, you will have your own makeup in terms of what works better for you. Secondly, stick to whole, organic, unprocessed foods as best you can. Yeah, and also some people can argue it's more expensive to eat organic food, but you can argue it's more expensive to be sick and tired and ill all the time. But you have to do what works for you and where you are right now. But if you can make that a priority in making sure that the food that you eat is the best quality that you have access to, your body will thank you for it, and it will be on the right track to eating right. And thirdly, think about planning ahead. Yep, don't just leave it to chance. Think about what you're going to eat, when you're going to eat it. Often we fall into these traps of eating whatever we can because we're hungry all the time. So if we spend a bit of time planning, making sure that we're not going to leave ourselves in these situations where we're really ravenous and hungry, and what happens then, we tend to make poor food choices. So think about planning ahead, making sure that within your busy lifestyle, you've set some time aside to think to yourself, this is what I'm going to eat at this particular time, and this is what I'm going to eat at this particular time. Because as I said, if you're leaving it to chance, the likelihood is that you're going to make poor choices because you're hungry. And we've all been there, we've all done it. You just want to grab something. But if you're consistently doing that, you're not taking time to plan ahead, plan what types of food, or plan to make better food choices, or plan to introduce better food choices, you're going to find yourself in that loop of trying to make progress and then falling back down to your default behavior type. So think about planning ahead and getting into a habit of eating the better or the best quality foods that you have access to. Okay, number 3, active. Move daily and train smarter, not just harder. Yeah. So again, this is partly down to the fitness industry's common narrative that we have to fall into this no pain, no gain, train until you drop. If it doesn't hurt, it doesn't help, that kind of mentality. But the reality is, especially for guys and girls, as they get older, over 45, into the 50, that mantra, that narrative isn't always the best angle to approach your fitness and your well-being and your health. You don't need to be doing those grueling workouts all the time. Yes, they do have some benefit, but what you need more than anything else, and I've been in this game nearly 3 decades now, the key to success is consistency. And you've heard me say it before, your fitness without consistency, clarity, and the right frequency is flawed and foolish. So write that down. Your fitness without the right focus, frequency, and consistency is flawed and foolish. So you need to make sure that you're moving your body daily, training smarter, and not just focusing on training harder. So here are some things that you can do to help you make sure you are moving daily and training smarter. Number 1, you can focus on resistance training. Look to do this 2 to 3 times a week minimum. Make muscle your best friend. We spoke about it last week in episode 72. I'll leave a link in the show notes about how you can make muscle your medicine. If you've not checked that out, I advise that you go listen to that. It's a real powerful episode. But resistance training is key. Can be doing weights, can be doing body weight exercising, could be working with and against gravity. You find out what's the best mode for yourself, but make sure that you're including in your workouts resistance training. That's going to help you to train smarter, more efficient, and more effectively. Number 2, try keep active every day. So if it's getting your daily steps in, or going for a swim or cycling, looking to set yourself a goal that you're doing some form of physical activity every day. And it doesn't have to be something intense. It could be restorative exercise like yoga, Pilates, Qigong, Tai Chi. Just commit to moving your body on a daily basis. And number 3, this is often overlooked, but it's key that I identify this when I'm starting out with my clients, and that is finding activities that you actually enjoy. It's different for everybody. As you know, I like going to the gym. I like to lift weights. I like to do Pilates. I also like to cycle when I'm in the gym as well. That doesn't mean that you have to do those things. You could be someone that likes to go out walking. You could be someone that likes playing sports or doing some sort of dancing activity or bodyweight exercises. Yoga, everyone has their own but you have to find something that you enjoy and you're going to stick to, because when you stick to it, as I said before, consistency is the key. Okay, so we're talking today, just to recap, about Refocus to Reenergize, 4 principles to power towards your goals with ease. So number 1, we spoke about responsibility, taking action. Number 2, eating right. Don't just fuel your body by accident. Pay attention to how you're fueling your body. And number 3, activity. Move daily, train smart, not hard. Okay, let's dive into number 4 of these 4 real principles that's going to power you toward your health goals with ease, and that is love. Yep, love. You might be thinking, well, what are we talking about when we talk about love? Well, we want you to think about love in terms of building a body, building your wellness that supports your life that you love. Yep. All too often we get caught up in not really paying attention to what it is that we really want to experience in our lives. Now, this may be a bit of a surprise, but it's essential. Too many of the gurus and the experts talk us to chase fitness, and that's important. I'm a fitness and wellbeing coach, but it's often done from a place of frustration, or it seems almost like we have to punish ourselves to get ourselves fit. Well, I'm encouraging you to shift your mindset and focus on your body as your friend, and you're building your fitness and your well-being to support you on your life, your dream life. Now, that might sound a little bit esoteric or out there, but what is the point? What is the real end game? What's the point of having six-pack abs if you're sick and lonely and don't have anyone of real connection in your life? What's the point of being able to commit to doing lots of different fitness events, but you're not really in your life of true meaning and purpose, and really enjoying the life what you want to do? So this is what I'm saying about love, building a body that supports your ideal, or at least moving towards your ideal if you're not there at the moment. So again, here's some little insights that you can do that's going to help you to do that. So when you're exercising, when you're thinking about physical activity, you're training, thinking about longevity. We are living longer, but unfortunately for many people, they're living longer, but in a sick and tired and ill position. You want to think about training for longevity, not just training for six-pack abs or beach ready. Yep, we all like to look our best, but think about it's not just looks. Fitness should be helping you make your life easier. You should be able to do things with much more ease when you're fit, healthy, and well, both physically and mentally. As I say, it's not just about abs. Every day you should be celebrating your progress and your success. So think about celebrating those wins, even if they are the small wins. Think about celebrating those little progress steps that you make. That's going to help you continue to love what you do. And this is one of the reasons why I created the Real Elevation podcast community, is so you can surround yourself with positive influences and like-minded people. This is what we're all about here, helping people find freedom through fitness. And we're building a community, and that's thanks to you. So I have to really appreciate and thank you for doing that. But we want to be surrounded by like-minded individuals, people who all have a common goal to live a life elevated in mind and body. People who are supporting each other, people who are really rooting for each other to win. We need more of that in the world. And when we do that, we're going to create that love, and we're going to build a body that supports not only our lives, but the people in our lives, our connections, our community, going to help them to win and reach their goals. We don't want to be surrounded by people that are going to pull us down, people that are negative. There's way too much of that. We try to minimize that as best we can. We're not going to eliminate it completely, but if we can surround ourselves in a community with connections that are going to be uplifting, empowering us, that is the way forward, and we're going to build that body that we love. So they are my 4 real principles. We just spoke about love. We spoke about the importance of activity. We spoke about eating right for your body, and we spoke about responsibility. Those 4 principles will help you to refocus, re-energize, and help you to move towards your goals with much more ease. When you do that, you have to think about just being calm, being cool, being collected, and knowing, as I'm here to remind you, that whatever it is that you seek in terms of your desire and your dreams and your fitness and well-being will come to you. Taking responsibility, eating right, keeping yourself active, and loving, respecting your body, doing the right thing for you and your body physically and mentally. Remember, it's not about quick fixes. It's all about applying these 4 principles day in, day out. It's about refocusing and re-energizing. And when you apply these 4 principles, you will see that you will do that. You will make that steady progress that you desire. So I trust you found today's episode uplifting and insightful. I want you to leave me a comment. What is it that you really took away from today's share, from today's discussion? Is it about love? Is it about the responsibility? Is it about eating right? As I said, these are the principles that we apply with my VIP clients on the Real Rejuvenation Coaching Program. I'll leave a link in the show notes if you want to find out a little bit more about that and how you can get involved. But let me know what resonated with you in this episode. As always, I want to thank you for sharing the Real Rejuvenation Program and sharing the Real Elevation podcast with your connection and community. Each week, we are getting more and more downloads, more and more people tuning into the show. And that is down to you. So I really want to say thank you and appreciate as you continue to do that. Remember to leave us a 5-star review as well. So as always, remember, be well, be wise, be cool, be calm, and keep it real. Blessings and chi. Peace.